How you doing tonight? This is Bryant Consulting Show. This is Dr. Z, and you're listening to episode 9 of our first season. Well, season 1, episode 9. We're one episode away from our last episode of the season, so this is very exciting to be one episode away from the completion of another goal for 2021. Tonight we're going to be talking about the verses, COVID, and Bitcoin, and other topics, of course. No telling what I might go into tonight. But it's wonderful to be back and live and streaming and getting this done. Uh, my co-host tonight is going to be Mr. Bryant. He's going to be moderating the show with me.
Hey, how you doing? Rodney Bright, Bryant Consultant, LLC. I'd like to thank you for inviting me here today, giving me the opportunity to share my thoughts and points of views of things, and that's happening in our daily lives.
Well, thank you, Mr. Bright. And you know, at Bryant Consulting, we're all about improving your life, innovation, and sustaining, and just living your best life. It's been a little while since I said that, so it feels so great to be able to say that. So, I'm going to get started with our would you rather questions. The first one is going to be, would you rather have one wish granted today or 10 wishes granted 20 years from now? What would you say, Mr. Bright?
If I had one wish granted today, or 10 wishes granted in 20 years,
Yeah, would you rather have that one wish granted today or 10 wishes granted 20 years from now?
I would rather have the one wish granted today.
And why would you choose that?
Oh, so I can get a head start planning my future, or any new endeavors that I might want to intercede in later on. I'd rather start now. Now it's time to start. I don't want to wait for later on. While you're still fresh and you still got some young youth left.
You got some young youth left?
Oh yeah. Everybody, we're young. You can be old. What they call it, warmed over soup, warm but not cold, warmed over but not hot. You're still doing good.
Can you mute for me? One moment of intermission. We want to make sure we get the recording sound properly. All right. Thank you for being patient with us. We had to make sure that we don't have any echoes going on. All right, we're back. I don't hear any echoes or anything.
All right, can you hear me?
Yeah, you're not right here together.
Okay, sounds good.
Crazy. All right. So we were saying, would you rather have one wish granted today or 10 wishes granted 20 years from now? What were you saying, Mr. Bright?
I like to have one wish granted today in lieu of 10 years from now because I want to get started on planning right away. You know, I like to have boots on the ground and go ahead and get started with planning instead of waiting. Tomorrow is not promised, or anything can happen in the future. So start planning for your future now. That's what I would do.
Okay. Sounds great. And you're coming in nice and clear. This is a pretty good microphone, so you don't have to like shout or anything like that or do any extra for it to pick you up. It's picking you up because it's picking you up over there. That's why we had to combine.
Okay, great.
All right. So for me, one wish granted today or 10 wishes granted 20 years from now. I would say it would have to be one wish granted today for me too, because I wouldn't want to wait 20 years from now just to have 10 wishes granted when I can make that decision to have that one wish granted today and it can impact me way before the 10 wishes would impact me 20 years from now. So I would have to agree with you on that one. Like you said, life is short, time is going by so fast. Um, it just makes sense to go ahead and make that wish right now. And if you make the proper wish and you think about it, it would be way better than 10 wishes 20 years from now. But it's something that you would have to think about and you want to make the right wish so it can make a big impact and it can last you. And it can compare to 10 wishes. And even when 20 years come, it will be still the perfect wish, to make. So, yeah, I would have that one today.
Yeah. And a good impact on life. You need some excitement. You want to start off with a bang. You don't want to have to wait down the line. You want to get this life going, progressing, get this party started.
Get the party, get the party started, huh?
Yeah.
All right. The next, would you rather would you rather be a zombie? Would you no? Would you rather be in a zombie apocalypse or a robot apocalypse? That's a good question, Mr. Bright.
I'd rather be in a robot apocalypse.
Okay. Why?
Uh, Robot apocalypse. A man made the robot, and probably made the zombies too. But I just want to see or try to see where I have some control over it. Maybe I can get to the.
So you want to think about that answer. First of all, you want to think about the pros and cons of being in a zombie apocalypse compared to being in a robot apocalypse. So, which one? You have to think about that before you answer that.
Yeah, you're right about that. That's something you got to think about. Because the robot, yeah, you probably can't defuse it if you're not smart enough. Maybe the zombie, oh man, you're going to just have to fight those jokers off. So I guess I changed my mind. I just got to man up and start fighting. And you got to fight it's better. It would be better to fight the zombies off because the computer can be sort of invisible. It depends on who's working the keyboard, and you can't see that. But the zombies are out front and personal, up front and personal, and you can try to kill them off or distance yourself, or try to learn where they all migrate at, opposed to computer or robots. Uh, you don't know who put a backdoor chip in them that can expand them, or you can't kill them. They multiply or something with a computer chip. But the zombies, you can see them, and you can you will have better control with zombies, I would think. And so I would choose zombies.
Okay, I would have to say I would rather be in a zombie apocalypse also too, besides a robot. And the main reason why is because robots are that intelligent that they can duplicate themselves and fix themselves. So you can shoot them down and blow them up and destroy them in the bits and pieces. It's a possibility that, depending on the technology, how advanced it is when it comes to these robots, they can rebuild themselves, evolve themselves, make themselves better, stronger, faster, more intelligent to where they can't even be destroyed or multiply themselves. But with a zombie, hey, bam, you just shooting them in the brain, killing them out, you know. And that's all you got to do with them, they're flesh.
That's a great observation, Z. You did that's great. I like that. You helped me with my decision on that.
That's why I was like, hold up, you're like robot. I was like, oh, I don't know if you want to say robot apocalypse besides a zombie. Come on now, because hey, guns, so
Right.
and zombies is human flesh with the virus, and hey, it can be destroyed.
You're right about that, cause
But a
robots
robot,
it can get pretty complicated.
oh yeah, complicated. Oh, you might be really want to think about that one. I'm telling you, you don't want to mess with those robots. Them robots is dangerous.
Yeah, you're right.
All right. So that was the would you rather section. Moving along to our first topic tonight, which is gonna be you, Mr. Bright. Let me get that pulled up.
So that topic is about the versus battle that happened Thursday between Bone Thugs and Harmony and the 3-6 Mafia.
Okay.
They said that the fist was flying in mid-show. So so it was saying that during the group versus battle, a brawl broke out between the two rivals, well, the two rappers, Bone Thugs and Harmony, and 3-6 Mafia.
Mm-hmm.
And they said that they had a highly anticipated showdown that took place Thursday at the Hollywood Palladium. Bone Thugs, Busy Bone, finished the verse and then called out members of 3-6 Mafia for mocking him. So Busy said, hey, yo, before we get started, you ugly little so-and-so, fifth floor, don't be trying to finna mock me. I ain't playing it. I'm just paraphrasing. And they got mad and started throwing stuff at each other. And so I guess 3-6 Mafia was mocking those guys, and they just didn't like it. Mm-hmm. But I thought those guys were trying to make money. But anyway, they got into a fight. And they started saying that you could see fists fighting. They said first Busy Bone threw something over at them. And then 3-6 Mafia lashed out with some insults. And they say you can see fists flying and hear insults hurled. And members of the 3-6 Mafia stormed over there to Bone Thugs. And thankfully, before long, the security came. And members from each one were able to calm down and calm the situation. And security calmed the situation down. Yeah, so... but it says that later on, Busy Bone went over there and apologized to 3-6 Mafia. And, he said, I want to apologize to everybody in here. I'm not trying to, they had a lot of cuss words in there, but they said, I apologize and they want to keep the party going. There was some evidence, but it said that there was some evidence prior to the show that things might get tested between both groups. And it said that Busy Bone had previously called 3-6 Mafia devil worshippers. And said that that their name is 3-6 Mafia. That we all grew up in church. Don't they know about 3 6s, 666? And so
Whoa.
so 3-6 Mafia. I guess they didn't like that, and Busy Bone, it was just getting calling them devil worshippers, and stuff like that, and saying they should know better. I guess they were trying to intimidate them and antagonize them. So, and I guess that's what started it, and got out of hand. But they say after Busy Bone apologized, the rest of the show went on without issues. Yeah, but and it also said that Busy had previously called 3-6 Mafia. Now it says, now through Jesus Christ, all things are possible, but you want to prove y'all not some devil worshiping punks. Then announce so Bone Thugs and Harmony wanted 3-6 Mafia to denounce Satan.
Oh man!
On that big platform that night. Because their name is 3-6 Mafia, 666. Everybody know what that is, and try to accuse them of devil worship. And hey, like I said, I guess they were mad about that, but that's what we're down.
Wow.
But that's something else. But I think that 3-6 Mafia it is. We grew up. Everybody knows about 666. Supposed to be the code implanted in your forehead or your hand and all that stuff like that. But yeah, that sounds pretty.
It's supposed to be the what?
The mark of the beast. 666.
So that's what I'm saying, though. That's what they say. But is it really that? Does it really mean that?
Well, that's what they interpret. But everybody know of that as they're growing up. It might not mean that, but that's what everybody know that. That is.
You mean that's what everybody thinks?
That's what everybody thinks.
They claim. That's what the word is.
Right. 3-6 Mafia. They think it's 666 to 3 6s. And I mean, it's what you believe in. I guess you gotta read the source and find out. It's really probably deep. You probably really can't find out. It could be anything.
Well, you just have to research it. Because I know that numbers and synchronicities and if you have knowledge of that and of that, then you would know that that's not what it means. So it just depends on what perspective you're coming from it.
I see. I understand. So therefore, 3-6 Mafia was still mad at that insult, those insults. So I guess they believed in it, but I think that Busy Bone they don't have a glamorous name either. Come on now, Busy Bone, Thugs and Harmony Thugs,
Bone
Thugs and Harmony. Well, I understand the harmony part, which is good, but I would say thug, like 3-6 Mafia, 3666. People think that's evil, the mark of the beast. Thug, a violent person, especially a criminal. He was attacked by a gang of thugs. That's a phrase that people use, or it could mean, a ruffian, a hoodlum, a bully boy, a bully, a bandit, a mugger. So 3-6 Mafia and Bone Thugs Harmony, they don't have a good name either. So who's calling the kettle, black? You know what I'm saying? So both of them don't have glamorous names. So they fighting up losing cause because both of them got devilish names. So so I'm just saying, they're not striking the other one down because they're striking each other down. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, what you think about that?
I think that you were there to do a versus. Everybody came out to see you guys because you're legendary. Bone Thugs and Harmony and 3-6 Mafia. So regardless, you know, busy calling them devil worshippers because of the triple sixes and all that stuff, and talking about Jesus Christ. Um, you're there for a show, and you're coming out as two groups that are legends in hip hop to provide that show and performance to the people. So if you having these issues, disagreements, not getting along, then of course it's gonna like make it more entertaining to see fight and arguments and all that, because originally the verses you're supposed to be going against each other, but really most of the time it's really not like a competition. It's just like a wonderful show where people that are legends as artists come together and perform for the people. So even though it's supposed to be a competition, at the end of the day, most of the time it's really not. It's just a show. It's entertainment for the people. So uh,
Yeah.
I see it as entertainment. I really don't see it as a real argument, or I just think that they're adding spice to the show to make it more entertaining for ratings and for people to be interested in it and for people to be talking about it like we're talking about it right now.
Right.
That's just what I think. It could be a legitimate argument. It could be a legitimate disagreement there, but yeah, it's a possibility. It's a possibility not. But the show went on without any issues after that. There were guest appearances from Terrence Howard, Little John, Little Wayne, Little Flip. So it sounds like the show went on, and it wasn't anything where the show had to be shut. Excuse me, the show had to be stopped. Refunds had to be made, stuff like that. So the police wasn't even called. No arrest was made. So it was okay. I think it was just a part of the show.
Yeah, and I agree with you. Yeah, this way to hype up the ratings and stuff like that, and I believe it. And also I'm just saying that neither one of them are Christians. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So yeah, for boosting the ratings, I can see why they could be there for boosting the ratings and stuff. And
because looking right here, it looks like they only had 198K. Now I've seen a lot more people at versus shows in the past, millions. So this was like low numbers for it to be legends. So
right, and then you just have to
the fight was probably trying to get the numbers up.
Right, and then on the personal level, you just want to look at your reputation and see if this how you want your reputation to be put out, like that you always fighting over. What you fighting over this, over fighting over something petty. If that's the way you want your people to see you out there fighting for nothing, or if you just boosting up the show, make sure that everybody in your family know that it's not serious. Don't be fooling folks and thinking it's serious, because a lot of younger folks might think it's serious, and be beefing with real folks in the neighborhood about it or something, So make sure that you help your family out so they won't be a victim to any kind of adverse action, shooting through the drive-by, through the park, or anything like that, over some versus stuff like that. Because we see how things that can get out of hand, and you just want to make sure that.
Yeah, you do got to be careful what you're saying about folks nowadays. A perfect example is like I was talking about earlier with Soldier Boy talking about young Dolph, and then now he's shot. Now he's gone.
Right.
Then he's still talking about him, talking about his casket.
Right.
Because it was gold, talking about it was fake gold. The man is gone.
Yeah.
You've already said enough.
I'm sure that man had enough money to have a gold casket. Let that man have a gold casket. Leave that man alone. Yeah, so they want to point out the ridiculousness of it, of having a gold casket, but hey, whose money? It wasn't their money, so their money. So that's one thing they shouldn't worry about. They try to count people's pockets. You know, that's none of their business. They're supposed to stay in their own lane. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they just probably some folks mad because they broke now, and the person that's in at the time is, you know, making all the money now.
Well, young Dolph, he's one of the best, and Soldier Boy, he just like to compete, and talk mess. I'm the first to do this. I'm the first to do that.
Right. Well, you got your
Okay,
trophy.
that's nice. You're the first to do this. Right. You're the first to do that. But
take a look
hey,
at take a good
I
look
guess
at
it's just a competitive part of the industry and being in music. Everybody got to always be competing.
Take a good look at your trophies and stuff, because some folks might not remember you. But
some folks might not even know you.
Right, but the new folks out now, young Dolph or whoever's new, people know those folks. So, yeah, you only can live so long. You only can thrive with your music or whatever you're doing for so long. You have to grow up and become an adult, and you can't do your music anymore. Probably, if it depends.
Can't do that
You'll
forever.
be too old. You can't do that forever. You can't do that forever.
All right, what I'm going to do is I'm moving along to the next topic, which is going to be about the Omicron strain. So at this point, there is actually, as of today, more than 20 people in the United States that have tested positive for that strain. And pretty much this is what we know so far. There might have been some updates since 8:39 a.m. today. But some of the patients recently traveled in South Africa. I know all the cases that I've heard about so far, that's where they are coming from, traveling from South Africa, and they've arrived back in the United States. So they did get that so far from South Africa, where the variant was first detected. And it says that others had no travel history also. So it's suggesting that community transmission is underway in the United States. So it's came from South Africa to the United States, and now it's here, and it's transmitted through the community already, from individual to individual. So it's a pretty highly transmissible and contagious strain. Many of the people who have tested positive in the U.S. were fully vaccinated, but they all have experienced mild symptoms so far. So the way it sounds is like, hey, you got your vaccine, you're going to be okay. It's not going to be so bad for you. You're going to make it. But that's good for the people that have taken their vaccines and their booster shots, obviously. But the individuals that haven't taken any booster shots or vaccine yet, they're going to be at risk. So even though you are vaccinated, you're still going to be wearing your mask. You're still going to be having to sanitize and wash your hands and take the precautions that we've been taking this past 2 years now, because it started in 2020. This is 2021. We're December 2021. This 2 whole years that's gone by, and we're still in the pandemic. And we're going into 2022 with the new strain. So, we're going to be looking forward to another year of this. It's not over with. I know a lot of people are talking about returning to their jobs and going back to work and going back to normal lives and stuff. But just like we spoke about many episodes before, it's here to stay. It's not going anywhere. Currently, it's in Utah already, Massachusetts, California, Minnesota, Colorado, Hawaii, Nebraska, Pennsylvania, Maryland, Missouri, New York, and New Jersey all have confirmed cases. So I'm surprised Texas is not on the list yet. I don't want to bring up Texas and jinx them or anything, but once the virus hit Texas, it's gonna blow up. You know that. So it's at the other hot spots already. But like last time, remember it hit Texas last?
Yeah,
then it was a big explosion.
Yeah.
So they may be the last hit, but when it gets there, it's gonna make an impact. You have anything you wanna say about this
Yeah, what's this called? Omicron?
Yes.
Omicron. Yes.
Omicron.
Omicron. Yes, I just think that um, it's here. Um, you just have to. I think we just have to wait it out and take it step by step. Whatever we're doing now is working, wearing your mask and stuff, and that's working, wearing your mask. And you just have to wait it out. Try not to incur any more expenses because you're trying to savor for the long haul. Just wait everything out, stack up on your waters and stuff like that, all your personal gear that you need. I think it's just a time to just take things step by step and try to save your money. Virus is probably going to be coming, steady coming, and just as they come, uh, you know, take heed as they come. Update as they come. That way you can see the full effect of it because we don't know what's out there. We can't even see it. So we have to rely on the professionals to tell us what's going on, like CDC or the health organizations and stuff like that. Because the minor agency, they probably don't know everything. But the major agencies like CDC, like I'm saying, health organizations, they might know more than the minor agencies or the people that Johnson and Johnson now maybe. So, but yeah, just have to wait it out and don't get ahead of yourself. Don't go buy a billion masks. Don't go overboard. Don't go buy a space suit. Just wait it out. Don't go overboard. Because you're trying to save your money, not give all your money away. Then you won't have none left for when the pandemic hit full force again. I'm sure a lot of people out here hungry for money. They looking for your money to go buy this new mask that will hang around your neck, hang off. When you can just put it up in another secure way. You don't want to spend too much extra money. Yeah. So it's here to stay. Just beef up for it and try to learn new things. Try to make new devices, make new equipment, some type of ingenuity. This is a new way of living. So
yeah, it did say that more than 20 people in at least 12 U.S. states have tested positive from the Omicron variant of the virus that causes COVID-19. So the patients range in age, vaccination status, and travel history, but none of them have developed the severe disease so far. So while some patients had recently traveled in South Africa, um, where the variant was first detected, others had no travel history, indicating that the community transmission is underway. So it's on the rise. So we're ready for this. We're prepared. It's been 2 years. We know what to do. We know what not to do. So we absolutely have community spread. Um, and scientists and public health officials are still collecting data on whether this variant is more transmissible or it better evades the immune protection from the vaccines, or it causes more severe disease than other variants. So they're still working on it. U.S. has shown mild to moderate symptoms, and none of the patients have been hospitalized so far. So that's great. According to most of the current information from the state public health departments. However, mild cases of COVID can progress to more severe disease over time. So many of the people who have tested positive in the U.S. were fully vaccinated, and at least 2 of those patients were immunized had not received their booster shots yet. So it says that another person had received their additional dose. And in at least one of the cases, a person who had previously recovered from the COVID tested positive for Omicron. So while there is a handful of cases in the United States, they are not able to provide a definitive answer about it yet. So, the World Health Organization said Friday that data suggests that the virus is more contagious. In the South African scientists published a study which has not yet been peer reviewed. So they're still working on the research on that. Moving on to the next topic. It's gone. Okay. So,
I think from the last time, I think we need to practice healthcare.
mm-hmm.
And we have healthcare in America, but practice the type of healthcare to not to get sick in the first place. Type of practice, healthcare. Prevent getting sick. So you
Preventative.
help practice healthcare. Prevent it before you have to
Preventative care.
Preventative care before you have to go to the hospital. Don't go to the hospital. Prevent from going to the hospital.
See, what they were saying is the reason why these people have not been in the hospital yet with this very contagious variant is because they did get vaccinated. So that's preventing them. That's where we're trying to tell people, get it, because it's going to continue to evolve. It's going to continue to change. It's not going to stay the same. We know this.
Right.
So,
yeah.
For preventative measures, get this vaccination to provide protection so you won't end up in a hospital,
right,
in a ventilator, because this is going to be, more advanced and more contagious as it goes along. It evolves along the time.
You don't want to end up in the hospital. Preventive healthcare.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's what I'm
is.
saying too. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you won't.
But they couldn't have had created something prior before it was the vaccine. Not vaccine, but before the virus. They couldn't have created something prior to the virus. It has to be a virus first, and then they have to create something to fight the virus after the fact.
Right.
Right. So
So
something like that is like.
Right. So if you
really can't do anything before.
So if you're young and in good health and got a good immune system, just keep it up. And anybody else who has a slightly weak immune system, boost your system up right now.
Mm-hmm.
Just that way get you ready too, because a lot of things that can tear your immune system down that you may not know about. Mm-hmm. You have to change your habits and stuff like that too. So it's time for everybody to change habits, change old habits to new habits.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Yeah. Well, we're in the whole 2 years in the whole of this, so we know now what to do and what not to do. Mm-hmm. So even though this is another variant and it's more contagious and all that, we've been down that road. So, let's see. I also want to talk about. They're talking about a blood biomarker that may predict the mortality in COVID-19 patients. So they're doing a lot of research. So that's a good thing. This new study identifies the viral RNA as a blood biomarker that may help predict which patients with the COVID-19 have a greater risk of dying. So they're doing all types of research and trying to work on these signals. They're using these blood samples collected from people hospitalized from the COVID-19 that later converged in 2 other hospitalized patient groups. These scientists that this discovery could help medical professionals identify patients with the highest mortality risk. So they're trying to do things. They're doing research, and they believe that this finding will allow medical professionals to provide treatments faster to patients with the highest risk of mortality. So that can help with saving lives. So they're working on it. Good. I'm not going to go too much further into that one because we just pretty much spoke up on that. Right. Let's see. Now I'm going to go into Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana are plummeting today. This was on the 3rd. So it looks like they're still down. Bitcoin. It's in the negative. It's in the red. Current price is $49,000. for Bitcoin. Yeah, that is kind of low because I remember it was like 60,000 like a year ago. The current price was.
Mm-hmm. 49.
Mhm. So the market's biggest cryptocurrencies are getting hit right now. Wow. And I would heard that the stock market's getting hit right now also. So let's see, another Friday, another sharp bearish turn for leading cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin was down negative 850, Ethereum negative 1.02, and so negative 7.25. Respective tokens were down roughly 5.7%, 6.8%, and 8.9% over the previous 24 hours of trading as of 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So after the concerns about the impact from the coronavirus, this variant that we were just speaking about, it prompted a steep valuation of pullbacks for most cryptocurrencies on Black Friday. So investors seem to have digested the risk. Many of the top currencies had been posting strong gains across last week of trading, but the valuations are once again tumbling as of Friday the trading session. So um, that's the same thing that happened to the stock market once this new variant got out.
Right.
Things just plummeted.
It's plummeted.
Yeah.
Mm.
So that happens with the market. So the appetite for the risk is saying um, vacillating as we move forward to the end of the year, despite starting the week with recovery momentum of the hills of recent sell-offs. Because remember that we're talking about the sell-off today of both stocks and cryptocurrencies. Yep, move lower as the week progressed, and more volatility could be in the cards. Wow. So the market is looking pretty rough right now too. Once the people health start going down, then the market start going down. So your health is your wealth. It's very important. It affects the economy also. So while recent prices moves are substantial in absolute terms, their pricing swings also look fairly normal when viewed in historical context. So the cryptocurrency market as a whole remains highly volatile, even if Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, as well as other relatively well-established coins are prone to posting pricing swings on little, if any, news. So just saying, yeah, still volatile, even though they're in the negative right now, and in the red. It's an opportune time for a lot of people that are investors because the prices are low, so most people like to dig in and purchase at that time. So why it might not matter if crypto crashes. So as many tokens break price records on nearly daily basis, it's worth asking who's really making money on crypto moves. If you want to do well with crypto investments, you should be positioned to make money regardless of which direction any particular token is moving on any particular day. We found one company that positions itself perfectly as a long-term picks and shovels solutions for the broader crypto market, Bitcoin, Dogecoin, and others. So, they're talking about different companies that leverage themselves with the use of cryptocurrency. So that's something to think about.
Yeah, it's important, knowing where your money going, where you're going to have your money in 2 or 3 different places, nearby, as close as you can get to you. You want to have your money nearby you. You want to, I mean, it's so many, you can't have gold. Gold too heavy, so you got to have your money in something. And the dollar might not last, and
The cryptocurrencies is the new currency. It's the wave of the future.
Yeah.
So digital.
You got to get stronger though than the dollar.
Yeah. What have they been able to actually surpass the dollar with, so far? you even think of anything that's even had that buying power, even though they're always talking about the devaluation of the dollar.
You know, I ain't never seen it. It's like when they said that, you know, that you haven't seen it, you never seen it. That's one thing I never seen. The dollar go low. Never.
It has been the strongest for the longest.
Yep.
All right. So, great episode number 9. We're gonna start concluding this show. I always have a quote that I do. My quote tonight is gonna be Maya Angelou, and the quote is, "You will face many defeats in life, but never let yourself be defeated." Any final words, Mr. Bright?
Great show. I really enjoyed it. You know, and I love the presentation, and can't wait to come back next time.
You like it. Look at Queenie. She's like, I like it too. All right. Well, I don't have anything to say. This is going to conclude our episode for tonight. We're on our way to watch Power.
All right.
Thank you again for your time. It was a pleasure to be here for season 1, episode 9. We're closing it out for 2020. Make sure you tune into our next episode, episode number 10. The last episode of the year, which will be next weekend. So, this concludes our episode for tonight. Thank you again for tuning in. Have a great night. See you later.
Good night, everybody.